Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew and you're watching Drew the Theme Park Dude, and here I am for What If Avengers Campus Comes to Walt Disney World. This is the beginning of a brand new series called What If that I'll be doing and putting scenarios that probably will not happen, at least in full form, but seeing what would happen if they did. So, as many of you guys do know, before we begin, the reason Avengers Campus probably will most likely not be happening, at least in this full form that I'm going to be giving y'all, is because of the way Universal owns the licensing to these characters, and that Disney is unable to use characters that are featured in the Universal parks east of the Mississippi, and west of the Mississippi they're allowed to. That's why Disneyland you're allowed to do it, but in Florida you can't. So the park that I've aimed, though, to, I guess, answer this what-if scenario is Disney's Hollywood Studios, which has recently gone over a bunch of upgrades. But before we begin, the reason I will not be using the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout retheme is due to the idea that Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, we're already getting a Guardians ride here anyway, so I just thought I might as well not do that. But, yeah, I guess we're going to begin with What If Avengers Campus Comes to Walt Disney World. So this is, I guess, the mock map that I created, which would be consisting of the end portion of Sunset Boulevard. So yes, this is basically everything that would be being rethemed, and the wait time thing, I couldn't really get rid of that, so sorry that that's there. But, yeah, I guess the attraction that would be mainly in this zone would be Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. As you noticed, Fantasmic would not be affected, but because I would reroute the entrance to be around the other side of the Beauty and the Beast Theater, and both of those would still be here, as well as part of Sunset Boulevard. And Sunset Boulevard would go all the way to where the current entrance to, I guess, Fantasmic is, and then off to the left where Aerosmith is, you would be entering a new area. So, I guess I have two areas divided into the Avengers Campus, what I'm going to be talking about. On the right side, you see this attraction called Doctor Strange Journey Through the Multiverse. This is going to be a rethemed version of Tower of Terror, which, unlike going the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout route, I decided that if I went this way, I can fit, I guess, more originality, I guess, and give the park its first Doctor Strange-themed attraction. And the reason I went for Doctor Strange instead of another character is because I believe that this can be done in Phase 1. And the reason I'm doing it in phases is because, like Disneyland, but for this case, Hollywood Studios cannot jeopardize losing two major attractions at the same time. It needs its attractions. So if we just cut off the Aerosmith and Lightning McQueen portion of the park and worked on that, like, oh, well, let's just say we cut off Tower of Terror and worked on and then had the left side open, and then once the Doctor Strange opened on the Tower of Terror, we then cut off Aerosmith, and there was a brand new attraction over there. So yes, it would be done in two phases to help because this park desperately needs its attractions. And they're also the reason I think Doctor Strange could happen sooner, and this is probably the most likely to happen, is because I believe they are allowed to use Doctor Strange in the parks, because he is not heavily featured at any of the Universal attractions, or I guess is really mentioned. I believe there's a couple pictures of him on a wall, but I believe they can easily cut some deal with Universal to get the licensing just for Doctor Strange for a few years while they work out the deals with everything else. So yeah, Doctor Strange Through the Multiverse would be just a drop tower attraction, very similar to how Tower of Terror is currently, but with dark ride elements. Journey Through the Multiverse, I believe you're going to be having to help Doctor Strange journey through the sanctum, and then go through the multiverse to, I guess, recover maybe the Eye of Agamotto or something that was lost. Maybe they could pull in something with Doctor Strange to the Multiverse of Madness that is coming soon. Maybe even something with Spider-Man 3, because I know that those are linked. They could do so much with this. It's just, I guess, take it as you will. But now going over to the left side of the map, we have what I have as the Iron Man coaster that is coming to Disneyland Paris. I believe that this would be a great fit, depending on how successful the Iron Man coaster is over at Disneyland Paris Studios, I guess, park. This could be a big hit or a miss attraction. And I do believe, though, if it does semi-well, it will be rethemed into this. And if it doesn't do super well, I believe we could be beginning a new theme for this attraction, preferably the Avengers. And now in the back, there is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. That show building is not massive, so I'm not thinking like web slingers. And the reason I'm not having web slingers is due to us having, we also have Mania, and we also have Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which are two interactive dark rides in the same park. This would be a third, unlike Disneyland California Adventure, which they have Mania. This would be their second. So I don't think we're going to be getting Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure, as well as also we have the Spider-Man Amazing Adventure Spider-Man attraction, literally 20 minutes, if that, down the road. So yeah, this stunt show, though, would be very similar to the show that you guys can could see on the Disney Magic's Marvel Day at Sea. It would be very similar to that, but it would be more focused in a larger environment with larger set pieces, maybe add a few more characters, and on a larger scale. So yeah, it would be a really neat stunt show that would run throughout the day, and especially if Indiana Jones never returns, the park is desperately in need of that type of show, and I really believe an Avengers stunt show, maybe Avengers Battle for New York or something along those lines, could fit really well in this portion of the park. Now you are all wondering, when would this open? Well, I guess to answer the what if question is, I believe that Doctor Strange will open first, and if it did open, I could see it opening for a, 2024, 2025. And then for the rest of the land, 2027, 2028. I know that's a long way out, but if I just had to get a rough estimate, I guess that's what I would have. And then lastly, what about a future expansion? So, I do believe the park will be getting the Avengers Dark Ride, but I do not believe we'll be getting it until after Disneyland and Disneyland Paris both get their versions of it. So that big Avengers Dark Ride, where would it go? So, my guess is it would take up the area currently by Beauty and the Beast Theater and go outwards and be larger, cutting off that Phantasmic entrance and rerouting it to around the side. The entrance would be shifted downwards in that Avengers big massive dark ride. So you would kind of be designed to three massive areas. You'd have the Avengers area, Doctor Strange, and then the Iron Man area. Those would kind of be your three areas, and then you have the stunt show up north, but that would be kind of, maybe if you wanted to add the Avengers ride, somewhere down there. But I guess this is kind of what I have. And now going for food, I could see a bunch of the areas around being rethemed, as currently as the rock and roll area, restaurant thing. The photo ops up by the Avengers Stunt Show could be your character meet and greet areas. And then in the middle, in between Doctor Strange and there's that big grassy area. I could see that being where Pym's Test Kitchen will be. So yeah, this is my idea for Avengers Campus if it were to come to Walt Disney World. And maybe I could be completely wrong and it could take up an entirely different or new part of the park. But my guess is it will be done within 2 to 3 phases in this area of the park. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to leave a massive like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. See ya. Bye.